I've been in the shower for hours now and have yet to run out of hot water. I can't leave. Something sits on the toilet seat, only a few feet away from me. He's watching me. I peeked through the curtain earlier just to get a glimpse of him. I wish I hadn't. I saw that he had gray skin and only a few patches of long, thin hair on his head. He had nails that could have been at least a foot long, but there was also blood on those nails. Pieces of my wife's flesh still hanging at the tip of them. Every once in a while, he'll make a creaky cackle, a clearing of that throat to show that he's still there. I don't want to get out, but he keeps the water getting hotter and hotter. I'm just starting to blister. I stand here with the boiling water hit my back. I wonder how much longer I can take this. And that, my little pretties, was In Hot Water, a creepypasta. My final thoughts on the story? Well, this is actually a very short but sweet creepypasta for a change. I have been looking into getting some, trying to find some regular creepypastas. So I thought, you know what, I go ahead and, check this one out. I mean, I really like the fact that how it is very creepy on two levels. Like the fear of the monster on the toilet watching the person, protagonist taking a shower, and the fear of ever increasing the heat of the water, which, I mean, it's pretty amazing. But I mean, I know it should have been longer, but I still really found this one to be a sweet creepypasta. Short but sweet. I mean, it's really messed up coming to think of it because, I mean, it was a very good story. Like, it has a really good build up, and the situation for the story was pretty intense. But I would wish that the story was longer. Maybe perhaps then that would make it more believable in a sense. I mean, don't get me wrong, I personally really love this story. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I actually love this story. I actually decided to take a look at SCP SC Pasta's narration of it, and I also decided to check out Moose Dew Productions narration. I did take a look at JJ's pastas and I honestly found this one to be cool. Now, I recently just checked out Dr. Blood's narration of this story, and I found this one to be a pretty good pasta. Yes, it is a very short creepypasta, but I actually still find this one to be a sweet and short but sweet creepypasta to do. I mean, I've read like a couple of long ones, so I decided to take a break from reading those for a little bit and decided to go check out these stories. The short ones. I mean, I honestly like how the concept is like built up a little bit. Yes, I know it's short, and I would wish there was a little bit more to it. I think that's the only thing that I did not like about this story was that it was maybe a bit too short. Like, I wish there would have been maybe a little bit longer of explanation, like maybe the pasta being a little longer perhaps. At least that's just what it is to me. But anyways, I'm just sitting here and saying now that I actually have read this story just a couple of times actually, and I honestly like this story. It's a pretty good one, and I recommend you guys check this one out. It's on the regular Creepypasta Wiki, in case if you guys are all curious and wanting to know. Now, I'm gonna definitely say I like the good grammar, the sentence structuring, and even how the story was built up. It's not sitting there, saying, "Oh, I got scared because of a spooky monster," and then dies. Thank God it did not, go like that because, oh boy, most creepypastas literally like to sit there and do that. I'm not denying that. Most creepypastas literally like to sit there and do that, but not this one, so thank God, because I'm gonna be honest here, folks. Like, I mean, a lot of creepypastas nowadays, just either, added with, unnecessary detail and they just sit there and have like a bunch of cliche garbage everywhere, but this one doesn't. I still find this one to be enjoyable. The only main thing I would have to say what was wrong with the story was that it could have been longer. But other than that, the story was not a bad one. Not a terrible story, But, I mean, it was a good story. So, I mean, like, I've taken a shower, just recently, so it was like sometime maybe the other day. And I mean, I don't usually have the water on, very hot, not like in this story, but if that were to happen to me, I can honestly see that being terrifying. Like, I honestly could see this being more terrifying than ever. So, I mean, I've seen this one movie called Psycho where a woman takes a shower and she gets, brutally murdered by somebody. I mean, I've seen that in Psycho, the black and white film and the colored film, when I was in my early teens, because, I was a horror fanatic at the time, and I still am today. That story was actually pretty freaky, and it kind of reminds me of that too. So, I guess with that being the case, that being said, I'm not sure who the original author of this story is. I did try to see if I could look him or her up, but since I can't find out who the original author of the story is, I'm gonna basically sit there and state this. I'm just gonna leave it as anonymous and, have this being by anonymous for now. When I do find out who the original author is, or if I ever do find out who the original author is, I'll be sure to sit there and give him or her proper credit on the story. So there's definitely that. I'm definitely going to promise to credit the author if I find out who he or she is. If they were to come across this video and they happen to see it, then yeah. Anyways, yeah. With that out of the way, I'm going to say this right now. Like I'm going to say, this is simply my own personal opinion, and if you happen to disagree with me, that's fine too. We're all entitled to our own opinions in regards to these creepypastas, and this is simply my own personal thoughts. My final rating of this story would have to be I'm going to give this one a 9 out of 10. I'm giving it a 9 out of 10 because it was a pretty good pasta. I mean, it was really well made, and I really have to say, it's a pretty good pasta. I mean, it's terrifying and all that, yes. But the only complaint I would have to say, well, not really complaint, but the only thing I would have to suggest what the story could do to make it better is to basically make it a little longer, because this story was a bit short. Like, I mean, I don't have a problem with short stories. That's something I can definitely say. I don't have a problem with short stories at all. Yet again, that's just my opinion. If you like this story, that's cool. If you don't like it, that's understandable. As, I respect everyone's opinions. So, with that being said, what did you guys think about this creepypasta? Did you all enjoy it? Did you all not? Also, what you have done personally to help make this story a lot better? Feel free to leave me know what your thoughts are down in the comments below. I'm the Queen of Lions. Thank you so much for watching today's episode. And if you're brand new here to this channel, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, because I make brand new videos every single day. Don't forget to ring the notification bell to when I upload, so that way you guys will not miss an upload. And as always, please roll the outro, because I'm out.